crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtour.com. We have decided to extend the Theta family of token giveaway for another day. After we had announced over the past few days that we're going to end the Theta token giveaway because it's too hot right now, they announced something that should have shocked the world. It shocked me because I've been screaming about it for a couple of years, that Theta is a software that you can download on every single smart device on the planet and massively, with a blink of an eye, expand broadband capabilities, create the largest decentralized computing system on the planet and storage system on the planet. This is so big. I absolutely equate it to the introduction of something called the World Wide Web in the late 80s, early 90s. I'll get to that in a second. But for those who didn't know, it's just so obvious to me, but I know it takes a lot of time for the rest of the world. If you haven't been diving into cryptos, if you haven't been diving into, even the crypto world has no idea what is going on with Theta or why it's gone up so much or where it's going to go. They have no idea. And the crypto world basically chases momentum. The announcement was Edge Cloud for mobile, unleashing AI computing on 3.9 billion Android devices. Again, a click of a mouse, a software download, and all of a sudden everybody on the planet, or at least half the human population, can run a Theta Edge node earning T-Fuel without even understanding what's going on. It runs in the background of your Android device, and this is what the future is. Now, I'm not saying we're there yet. Not at all. As a matter of fact, this is just a pilot program. But I've been screaming this for so long. They wanted to do it organically, and they've done a good job organically, setting up people setting up their own edge nodes, all that. There's about 10,000 edge nodes, which is really interesting because at one time there were 10,000 World Wide Web users. And I'll show you that in a second. But this is a step beyond the World Wide Web. This is looking at the entire globe saying, okay, how much computing power and bandwidth is available any time of the day? Meaning that you're on your computer right now, you have extra processing power, you have extra storage, and you have extra broadband. All three of those can be utilized. You can rent that extra stuff that you bought out and earn T-Fuel and help the world evolve, as they say. So yes, this is a massive announcement. I've been expecting it. I didn't think it'd really come this soon. I thought we'd be looking for after the crash type of stuff. Just a note on the price. Didn't do much to the price. It did a little bit, and then it got slammed down. There, massive manipulation, by the way, in cryptos as well as everything else. Nothing is freely traded. Remember, the big guys, especially the big guys in in the normal cryptos, are not in Theta. Theta is not available on Coinbase or Gemini, and hard to get in the U.S. We teach you how to do it on the private road to Rita, but it's just hard to get. And that could end, again, with a blink of an eye. Everybody's blinking their eyes and saying, oh my God, this Theta thing, what is this? What do you mean sharing my computer? What do you mean sharing my broadband? What do you mean sharing my hard drive? How is that even possible? Yes, they did. They invented edge computing. You have processing power on your device, on your phone, everywhere that you're not using. And Theta patented a way to use it. And to use it where you earn money to lend it out, to use it for massive computational problems that AI needs. And by the way, AI needs massive amounts of storage as well. Why not use the extra? You know how many computers are out there on the planet? It's a lot. It's nobody knows the exact number. I think it's it's 2 or 3 per person. Well, depending on size and all kinds of things. But, I mean, literally, tens of billions of computers could be running at Theta Edge Node at some point. Again, there's a lot of things to overcome. There's a lot of study that needs to go into it. For example, how much battery is it going to use on every phone? stuff like that. We all know that if you have at least iPhone, I'm not an Android user, maybe I will be now, but the iPhone always has programs running in the background, and you can turn them off and on and things like that. And the more you have open, it uses battery. How much will a Theta node use of your battery? Things like that. And what is the battery technology? I heard the latest is 5-day batteries, but it keeps getting better and better every day. Anyway, yes, I do think Theta is easily going to the Michelle White Dove number of $1,000 per coin. She predicted this a long time ago. God bless Michelle. But there was reasons to dig into it. I never listened to the predictions of psychics and all that and just leave it at that. No, you got to do your own homework. Dive into these things. Psychics are great for steering you in a direction, but it's up to you to figure out what's going on, why it's going on, how it will turn out. Is this a short-term investment or a long-term investment? So what's going to happen first? Let's just say you have $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, and you're sitting there right now with the Bitcoin price at $65,000. Now, what I'm saying is, at some point in the next 3, 4, 5 years, I think Theta is going to $1,000 an ounce. $1,000 a token. That's a 333% gain times 333. So you take the current price of $3, times it by 333, and you get, voila, $1,000. A 333x investment. Now, if you have Bitcoin, what would that be for Bitcoin? For Theta, it's going from $3 to $1,000, which I think is very feasible and actually pretty easy, probably in a mania early, and then long term, absolutely. But what would that mean for Bitcoin? If you go 333x for Bitcoin, you would need Bitcoin at $21.6 million per Bitcoin. Are we going there? Yeah, sometime in the future. But it would take a lot. Are we going there with Theta? Absolutely, and here's why. That's the key. So if you're holding Bitcoin, I am not a financial advisor. I said swap your silver for gold. I've been saying that for decades, literally decades. And it hasn't worked out yet. Obviously, we had a 90-to-1 ratio. It will, ultimately. But I also taught people why. And that's what I've been screaming about in Theta. Here's why Theta is going 333x. Here's why Michelle White Dove said Theta will go over $1,000 a coin right when it was introduced. Here's why Dick Allgaier, the very first reading he had about cryptos, what comes to his head? Theta. So yes, obviously, yeah, you should have got in at 4 or 5 cents. A year from now, you're going to say, oh my God, I had a chance to buy Theta at $3 and I didn't do it. And now here it's at 300 or whatever it's going to. But this is a longer process. Remember that. So this announcement is shocking to a lot of people, but most people don't even think, oh, so what? 3.9 billion Android devices you can download. It's literally one download. It's one Edge node downloaded on every device. It's like a software update. I've been screaming that Theta is a software company, really. It gives humanity the ability to earn an income for sharing their excess capacity. Anyway, here's a pretty good explanation that was posted on Twitter. Cloud Edge for mobile device, unleashing AI computing on billions of Android devices. Unleashing the power of AI, Theta's Edge Cloud transforms 3.9 billion Android devices. Remember, right now, they're just running 10,000 nodes, and it's awesome. Imagine running 3.9 billion nodes. It's a different world. Theta Labs' latest innovation, Edge Cloud for mobile, marks a significant leap towards integrating AI computing capabilities across an extensive network of 3.9 billion Android devices globally. Remember, they're working with Google, they're working with Sony, they're working with Samsung. These are partners. The initiative, detailed in a recent Medium article by Theta Labs, aims to harness the untapped potential of mobile devices for AI computation. setting the stage for a transformative shift in decentralized computing power. This article explores the impact of Theta's edge cloud for mobile on the world, underpinning its strategic approach and potential to redefine AI computing. The backbone of decentralized AI computing, the Theta Edge Cloud, and its network of over 10,000 active edge nodes worldwide serve as a foundation for delivering fast, cost-effective compute work for AI and video applications over a decentralized network. This infrastructure is pivotal in Theta's core development, with an initial pilot set to launch on Android devices targeting the feasibility. Now, this is May 1st, I think it is, that they're putting the pilot out there. Remember, nobody's in Theta. Crypto people aren't even in Theta. The vast majority of crypto people don't even know what Theta is or why it is. And obviously, the vast majority of tech investors have no idea what's going on. Expanding the horizon, Android and smart TVs, with Android dominating 70% of the mobile operating system market share across 190 countries. Theta's pilot on Android devices presents an ideal platform to evaluate mobile CPU, GPU capabilities. Furthermore, the initiative extends to over 150 million active Android TVs globally, running on a system from Sony, Sharp, and Philips, and more, thereby broadening the scope of the decentralized computing to include smart TVs' potential. This is just, if I tell you it's crazy, it looks crazy, but it's really not. Again, it's a way to share your unused capabilities of all your computing devices. It's a way for you to earn passive income. As a matter of fact, Hitomi's reading with the crypto viewing guys said they're going to be using Theta T-Fuel as universal basic income. As the banks collapse, everybody who has a smartphone is earning T-Fuel. They'll be swapping T-Fuel back and forth. To think that it can be downloaded on about half the human population, tell a friend. Jesus Christ, tell a friend about Theta. Everybody, half the populations, all you have to do is tell one friend. Half the population's going to have access to this amazing technology and the ability to earn income running in the background of your excess capacity on your computer, on your device, on your cell phone, on your iPad, you name it. It is so big, but I've been screaming this for a long time. This announcement is a move I've been hoping and praying for, because it expands the scope to the entire human population, and it's a software download. It's crazy, I know. Well, let me talk real briefly about what the hell was the World Wide Web? When did it happen and why? That it was the most important invention, technological invention in humankind up to that point, up to 1989. This is bigger than the World Wide Web, in my opinion, because people can participate in it. The World Wide Web, it got released in 1989. Sir Tim Berners-Lee submitted his first proposal for what became the World Wide Web. Before that, I remember seeing the Katie Couric Good Morning America episode where she says, mail over a computer, electronic mail? Who would ever use electronic mail? And look where we are today. And that wasn't all that long ago. That was like 30 years ago, 25 years ago. Might seem long to some of you, but in today's day and age, it's not that long. I've been around a long time. So anyway, the first paper was released in 1989. In 1990, there was a management proposal for the World Wide Web project. And then in December, the first browser editor, website, and server go live at CERN. This is December of 1990. So that's kind of when it all started, 1990, early 90s. In 1991, a Lion Mode browser was available at CERN. And then August of 1991, Sir Berners-Lee announces the World Wide Web software on the internet. There you go, August of 1991. It reminds me of like 3 years ago for Theta when it was announced. And nobody knew what it was. In early 1990s, nobody knew what the hell was going on with this, the World Wide Web. Nobody knew about it. December 91, first web server outside of Europe. And then in 1992, World Wide Web moves to a prototype into production. September, a small but growing number of web servers and browsers. And then in 1993, the first pre-release of the Mosaic browser. 93, CERN puts the World Wide Web in the public domain. In 1994, this is the process. Now, Theta has already been going through this same process, and I haven't even hit where I think the Theta and the World Wide Web line up. In May of 1994, the first International World Wide Web Conference held at CERN. In 1994, Berners-Lee founds the World Wide Web Consortium. This is where I think we are, because the exposure, the World Wide Web, everybody uses the World Wide Web. Anybody who's online, anybody who uses a computer, you kind of know what it is because it's been there all the time. www dot whatever. But it was in December of 1994. More than 10,000 web servers around the world. And let's just change that. Let's just change that to 30 years later. To today. March of 2024. 10,000 Theta Edge nodes running. Think about that, because that's important. Theta will change the world, just like the World Wide Web did change the world. But this time, we the people get to participate in it. Did you get to participate in the 1994 beginnings of the World Wide Web? Some people did. I have friends who literally tried to drag me out of banking to go down that path. They all got rich and retired in a couple years. That's where we are. We're in 1994 of the World Wide Web. Is 2024 of Theta, because it's about to go massive. And if you've followed the history of the World Wide Web, think back when you first got your first time that you got online. I remember it was so slow back in the 90s. Like, watch the movie You've Got Mail, because that sound, AOL was the company that you had to get, and you dial in with the modem and it had that noise. It was crazy. That's where we are with Theta. And the announcement they're going from 10,000 nodes to half the human population. Well, that's a massive, massive jump forward. And when it happens, think about it. Half the population wouldn't have a pretty good idea what Theta and the Theta Edge node is, because they'll be earning T-Fuel. Remember, you didn't know what Theta was in the beginning, and then you learned about it. If you have a cell phone, if you have an Android phone, hey, I'm earning money on this Theta wallet, that's Theta crypto wallet that I got for free with my phone, and it's running in the background. I got to pay bills. I can pay with T-Fuel. That's what's headed our way. And then 2019, celebrating 30 years on the web. Ultimately, we'll be celebrating 30 years of Theta. You're just back there in the early days. And really very few people know about it. Obviously, the people at Google know. The people at Samsung know. The people at Sony know. Elon sure knows. I wonder how much Theta Elon has. It's probably a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Twitter coin, when that comes out, there will be a Twitter coin, like an Amazon coin and all that. I would not be surprised if Elon decided to run that coin on the Meta chain at Theta, because you can't approve your own transactions, basically. So you got to go to someone, and who's the biggest and the best? Obviously Theta. And there are already companies that have created their own tokens that get approved on the Theta network. It's fast, it's cheap, it's so much better than Ethereum, by the way. Anyway, that's where we are. That's why I think it's so important to get Theta in your hands. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for private road members, we're giving away, for a new private road membership or a renewal, today only, last day, this time it's for sure, 10 Theta, 100 Theta Fuel, and 1,000 T-Drop. The Theta family of tokens. They'll invent more tokens too, by the way. And I think all three of those are going to do extremely well. It's tough to determine which one's going to do better. A lot of people saying, well, everybody's going to be dealing in T-Fuel, so the T-fuel ratio, I think, is 30-1 or something. I think T-fuel has a long way to go up, but it's rigged. Of course, we know that. Theta is currently trading at $2.98. The World Wide Web is trading at $2.98. What's it worth in the future? I do think this will be the number one crypto to have. It will be at least in the top 3, probably the top 2 between Bitcoin. And then we'll see what happens with Veritasium and all that hoopla. But yes, definitely the news is starting to get out when, Jeff Bezos looks at his Android phone and all of a sudden sees, hey, there's a software update and I'm currently mining Theta Fuel. How come our people don't know about this stuff? That's what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. And all your friends are going to thank you. Your family, obviously, your generations from now will thank you for getting involved, learning about it, and getting yourself some Theta Fuel, and even T-Drop. And there'll be more tokens, by the way. So there you go. Currently, Theta is trading at $3, T-Fuel at 9 cents, and T-Drop at 5 cents. People ask me, well, should I get in? Should I buy some? They aren't thinking long term. You need to think long term. At any moment in time, someone can click a mouse and make this thing go to 0. So what? It's not stopping what Theta is doing. It will come back. And I know a lot of people, a lot of very rich people who are like, damn, I should have gotten it at 5 cents. Would love to see Theta back under $2. Because they'd buy it. It's an obvious no-brainer. But you gotta learn about it, and then you gotta learn to understand how to stake it. We teach you all that on the private road, by the way. And yeah, that's where we are. So just to say, I got everybody's emails, everybody out there who said, "Oh, Bix, can I still get it?" That news that it's gonna be downloaded on half the world's population's phones didn't come out till after you announced. Can I have one more day? Here we go, one more day. Today is Tuesday the 5th, I think. Yeah. Tuesday the 5th of March, 2024. Last day for renewals and new subscriptions. Go to subscribe today. And if you're a private road member, go to the member area. And you can find the Theta page by just going down a little bit. Lots of great stuff, by the way. Right there. There's the Theta page. And let me give you a little sneak peek of what the Theta page has on it. This is from the video I did in 2020, and it all still is relevant today. And I was looking back at the beginning of the World Wide Web, how the World Wide Web changed humanity. Number one, all human work processes are moving to the web. That's true today, especially. You've seen it. You live in it. All human merchandising and purchasing is going to the web. All human food purchasing is moving to the web. We see it all the time. All human, think Grubhub, think Uber Eats. All human news and entertainment is moving to the web. Who watches, the regular television anymore? Very few people. All human banking processes are moving to the web. That's what the banksters are fighting right now. It is all moving to the web. Sorry, it's going to be decentralized. Sorry, JP Morgan. You belong in jail. You don't belong out there rigging markets. All human learning processes are moving to the web. And it's very important that, everybody has an equal opportunity to learn. So all these colleges are going to be going away. And because everything can be learned online. Why spend $500,000 on a degree that you can get online for free? Right? It's insane. But the other thing I want to share is right here. Here's the beauty of Theta as I saw it 4 years ago. 3.5 years ago. 1, decentralized solution to the bandwidth capacity problem. There's a massive problem with bandwidth capacity. You're going to see that little circle going around and around, especially with AI. There's not enough bandwidth. And this is a solution to it. Number 2, works hand in hand with current infrastructure. Absolutely. There's no cost. That's a key. It's economically incentivized to share broadband. It doesn't cost you to share your broadband and earn T-Fuel. You get paid in T-Fuel. That's the economic incentive that the structure of cryptos made available. 4, it solves the inclusive problem for underprivileged in the future. Everybody will be able to get a degree and better themselves on the computer, and everybody will have high-speed internet because of the broadband issues that it solves on every iPhone or every Android. It will get to iPhone too. It's just later. Number 5, smart contract functionality with fast and cheap transactions. Yeah, massively better than Ethereum or any of the other ones. They're cheap, they're fast. If you've ever done a Theta transaction, like, holy crap, why do they charge me $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 to do a Ethereum transaction when Theta can do the exact same thing using the exact same code for pennies? And fast. Number 6, there was no ICO problems with the SEC as it was venture capital funded. They were going to do an ICO, and they said, holy shit, the U.S. government's going to come down on anybody who ICO'd. Let's keep this private, which is what they did. Number 7, limited supply with staking as global demand increases. Yes, the supply of Theta, T-Fuel, and T-Drop are going to get more and more limited, which will raise the price. Now is the time you want to be staking and getting into this game. Number 8, unlimited amount of use cases when fully implemented. Shockingly, that is absolutely true. And I wrote this years ago. There is an unlimited amount of use cases. The biggest use case right now that came out, they weren't even talking about the use of the edge node for AI computing and AI decentralized cloud storage. That wasn't even the concept back when I wrote this. And that's why I said it. There's unlimited uses for this stuff. Number 9, still very unknown with crypto investors and with high-tech investors. Absolutely. So this is the private road at Road to Ruta. Go check it out at roadtoruta.com. And that's where I go. By the way, all you silver lovers, you really need to understand both. It would behoove you to be involved with both cryptos and silver. I know a lot of people who are multi-millionaires because of cryptos, because of Theta, and they know the silver story too. So as the cryptos rise, they'll be swapping cryptos for silver. So that will greatly enhance the cause. I mean, billions and billions of dollars are made by these crypto investors. And if you're just, oh no, it's backed by nothing. Well, gold and silver are backed by nothing as well. You can't eat cryptos. You can't eat gold and silver. Scarcity it's subjective. Would you rather have a ham sandwich or a 1 ounce gold coin? And you're thinking, I'll take the gold all day long, right? Okay, you're sitting here on a desert island for the remainder of your life, and you have a gold coin and a ham sandwich. Which are you going to take? You're going to take the ham sandwich. Gold coin does nothing for you. So or even silver. Everything is relative to what's going on in so many different places. And then you have the market manipulation on every. I watched the Madoff documentary last night again. By the way, if you didn't know, Madoff wasn't a $60 billion Ponzi scheme. It was a $500 billion market rigging scheme for the deep state that was taken down. Much bigger than what that movie portrayed. And Michael Mukasey was the guy that took it down, which is the son of, or Mark Mukasey, the son of Michael Mukasey, the Attorney General in the United States at the time. Very interesting stuff. Go check it out. Again, to subscribe to the private road at Road to Ruta and get your Theta tokens, go to roadtoruta.com, click on subscribe today, and more info is right there. It's $2.99 for a year. You get all the stuff on Road to Ruta, and as a gift, we're not selling cryptos. That's illegal. We're giving away the crypto for a 1-year subscription. So go check it out. I'll talk to you later.